All right, guys, so today we're showing you another Osight. Last time we showed you the Osight S. This time we're showing you the Osight X. So we talked a little bit about these, both of them in the last video. So the Osight S is the 2 MOA Dot with a 32 MOA Circle. The X is the 3 MOA Dot with a 32 MOA Circle. So I want to make sure I clarified that the bigger one does have a little bit bigger MOA Dot. So we're going to check these out. Here we've got the sight boxes here. We've got the Osight X already mounted up on our Shadow Systems XR920. And you can see here, it looks pretty freaking awesome on there. The way that it mounts up is super nice in the front there. The one thing I am missing is the little blocks that go in the back. And that's because I bought this gun used, so it doesn't have it. This one does have the threaded barrel on it, and it does have the higher sight, suppressor sights on here. So that's kind of nice. They stick up inside the window a little bit, and you can see with the sight on in here that it looks really good. So it'll show up really nice. You can set these up however you want them to be, and you can get that there. So to turn it on, you can just press one of the buttons. It does have a little sensor here that can do automatic mode for you. Hold them both down for a couple seconds and the sight will turn off. Pretty nice, just like the Osight S. Super happy with this one. This is a nice, it's not even that much bigger, but it's a little bit bigger than the other one. But it looks perfect on this gun. Like, it's just got a great look on this Shadow Systems. This is the perfect gun to have it. And it's nice and strong. It's mounted down really, really nice here, so you don't have to worry about any of that. I'm gonna drop that mag. But yeah, works really, really good there. So, and I've racked it and slammed it and stuff, and it seems to be holding where I've got it. We're gonna sight this thing in, but I do have it sighted in with my iron sights, just barely. It should be close enough to what we wanna do there, but I think that's gonna work. But it looks killer on there. So, on the sight boxes here, I'm gonna open this one up now. Just out of the way for you there. And then, so just like the S, you got some compatibility chart here. You've got where the Osight would have been here. And then there is that infamous charger. So really cool, gives you a readout of how much charge this thing has on it, which is kind of cool. And then as soon as I slap it down on here, it's going to give us a readout. And you see that the sight is kind of low because I haven't got everything fully charged, but I wanted to show you exactly where it would be. And just tap the little button, it'll show back up. So these are USB-C, which is super nice because that's what everything's going to. The magnet works very well. It holds on very, very nice. It's a nice cover for the sight itself. So, and then inside the box here, we've got our adjustment, a lanyard loop for the cover here. Got a charging cable. Something I showed you in the last video. These screws are amazing that they do this. Look at this. So every screw you could think about using, and the ones we did use, are in here. All the different sizes. So that is super nice. What's great about this side is the other one was RMSC. This one, the X, is RMR. So any RMR plate or the like will fit on here. And this one was set up, worked out great for me because the 1911 I had was RMSC. This one's RMR. So it was perfect. These were a match made in heaven for the two guns I wanted to put these on. So you can see it bolted up just right straight down, no problem. The best part about this gun is it's got a really short tube in here, so you can run really, really long bolts down in a Shadow Systems, which is kind of nice about the gun itself. So the sight fit beautifully on here. And then you have a nice little bag cover here that actually keeps this from getting all dinged up and scratched up. But it works really, really good, like every bit of it. One thing that they have done is they've opened up the back of this housing a little bit. So if it is nice and close to your sight, you can actually still get in there and get this charged, because that was some of the issues they had on some of the earlier ones. So they've corrected that, which is nice. And it works out really well. So there's a few different things here. Got some more paperwork information down in here about how to set up the sights and things like that, and how to do the adjustability. And just like the Osight S, which sighted in beautifully for us, it did very, very well. I was very, very happy with it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be just as happy with this. This one obviously feels about the same. Like I said, it's a little bit bigger, but that's not, you know, a huge deal. And it looks really good on this gun. I actually like the way, you know, the other one is more compact. This one just looks really good. It fits perfectly on the frame of this gun. This being the XR, it's got the larger frame with a shorter slide on there. So it's pretty nice. It works really good. It's got a really good look to it. So let's give you a little bit more information about it. So you've got the reticles in here. You've got just the dot. You've got just the circle, and then the dot and the circle on here. So you can do that however you want it to be. You've got the charger that clicks on here and gives you all of that. So the sight itself can have 57,000 hours on one charge. And once you charge this up and charge it multiple times, you can get a total of 228,000 hours, which is, I mean, you're talking about literal years for these things, which is awesome. So really nice. It is RMR set up. It does have a motion sensor, so you can set all that up and it'll actually power up and use the sight on there. There's a couple different ways that you can set all of that up. You can adjust the light manually on the side. And it is the same OAL material, which is their proprietary aluminum, which is nearly as light as 775 aluminum, but it's way stronger and tougher. It's 73% harder than 6061 aluminum, 19% harder than 7075 aluminum, 33% stronger in yield strength than 7075 aluminum, 24% stronger in tensile strength than 75 aluminum, and then 44% stronger in yield strength than TA2 titanium. So this is a very strong sight, really, really nice. So, and you can use it to rack against stuff and do all that good stuff. Pretty neat setup here. So some really good stuff going on from Osight. Super happy with that. I've got one of their lights from Olight, and it's a really nice light. I've been super happy with it. They seem to make excellent products, and they continually work on them over and over again to make them better and better and better, which is something I really like. Super thankful for them sending this out to us. Finally getting to check out both of them and to get this one sighted in. I'm excited about that. So let's go do that. Let's go check it out. All right, guys. So we've got the XR920 out here. It's a nice, hot, beautiful day. And we got the Osight X on here, and we're going to do some shooting and see if we can get it sighted in. So here's our target downrange there. You can see it. Just a little 8.5 by 11 target, nothing special. And we're going to see how close we are. Maybe we're on paper to start with, and see where we're at. Wow. So let's look at this. This is right off the bat. All I did was sight this thing in with the iron sights. I set the iron sights up flat and set the dot right above it slightly. Look at this. First two shots already in the black. So that is pretty nice. Did way better on this one than I did the 1911. We started out down here. I had to work my way up. We're already super close right off the bat. So this is going to take very little adjustment. So I'm going to bring it literally up slightly and see where we're at. That's pretty awesome. All right, guys. So we've got her adjusted up just a little bit, and that's amazing. I mean, that's really, really close. And this one has the factory iron sights. The 1911, I was going off of the sight kind of built into the sight. The little iron sights built in, which I think is pretty cool, works pretty good. But these are already pretty, pretty great for a Shadow Systems gun anyways. So lining them up to that just proves how true this gun is already. So got it bumped up just a little bit. Let's see where we're at now. So I pumped a few rounds in down here. So let's go take a look at it. I probably shot more than I should have, and I kind of got a little free-willed. So these are the first 3 shots that I did, and then I just kept shooting without really zeroing in, and you can see how far I got off. But these are the next 3 shots that I did, and they look pretty good. So I'm gonna bump it up just slightly, a little bit more, and then I'm not gonna go crazy and have fun. We're just gonna see where we're at. All right, let's see where those hit. So I've added in a couple more right here. So we're definitely getting, I'm adjusting it very, very little because I just want to bump it up a little bit. So I think we're getting there. So let's bump it up a little bit more, and then I think we're going to be there. So I did add, I think, one more in here, maybe that one and this one. I could tell I'm just getting hot and tired. Just from being out here in general, not from the gun. It's just really hot today. So I'm moving more than I was the other day. I'm gonna pump a few more rounds through where we're at, and let's just see where the grouping is. Already that looks really good for that small of a target. Oh, there's the end of that mag. So let's see where we're at with those few shots. Oh yeah, there we go. Doesn't get much prettier than that. And I got a few other ones around here. I'm just eating this target up at the bottom. And I'm pretty sure this is all me. I think we're about sighted in perfectly. I mean, this is a great grouping anyways, where we're at now, but that did really good. So now I'm just gonna have some fun with the gun and then see where we're at. Oh yeah. All right, guys. So I just ran through slow-mo, just ran through some shots, pointing downrange towards the target. So let's go see what that looks like. It's gonna be pretty all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. But they all still look really good, even in all. This is just firing a whole bunch of shots. You can tell it was eating up some more right in here, and it started slowly rising as I was firing through those. Let's see if it's still pretty much on point. So let's just put a couple more rounds in it and run through those. All right. Yeah, it looks like I've ate up more holes through here, from what I can tell. So it looks like we're still on target, even after running through those rounds and running through them quickly. The sight is still super tight on here. All of that feels really good. So I think that's gonna work. This sight is killer. I mean, I think that looks pretty dang good. That's a good looking grouping right there with a whole bunch of bullets. Nice.
HiRevz Media is sponsored by Born to Ride Motorcycle Magazine. Check out borntoride.com.